Hi everybody. So this is going to be a recap video of some of my carvings I did in 2024, and Happy New Year, everybody's into 2025, and let's hope every year from 2024 is just going to get better and better and better as most of us get older and older and older. These are just pictures I had from my on my phone that I saved for this video. Lots of the carvings aren't on here. Excuse me. I want to take a few minutes to give some shout outs to some YouTube channels here. I don't normally do this, but it's the end of the year and I just want to recognize people. So let's start off. It's a long list. Thanks to Cve Rob. A long list. Yeah, he just sent me another one. I asked him if I showed him a list of channels, and then he kept on asked him if I missed anybody, and he's keep on messaging me more channels. Now the list is off the page. The first YouTube, and these are all YouTube channels. Some are active, some are not active, but I think there's lots of knowledge to learn from possibly any one of these channels. You guys can go over there and decide if you like their content or not. So the first one, obviously, is Cve Rob. Cve Rob, he does lots of little caricatures, the little gnomes and little things and that, with his little micro carver and his little burrs and stuff. And Cve Rob is a power carver and a whittler. He's absolutely fantastic with both. So he has lots of knowledge on carving knives and power carvers. So there's Cve Rob. Studio on the Lake, good old Ben. He's not making content in the last year, but if you want to learn lots of knowledge about wood carving from Ben, he's very knowledgeable, and I learned a lot. And Mrs. Amy Joe, or Miss Amy Joe. Amy's just started her new YouTube channel. She just reached 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations to that, Amy. I'm trying to convince Amy to get into more crafts and stuff like that, and her audience would be much larger. She does wood carvings, wood spirits. She's a great painter, lots of wood burning. So go check out Amy Joe. And Wys Workshop. That's my good friend Larry Dibbs that lives on Vancouver Islands. I've met him more than 5 times in person. Larry's a wood carver. He's a phenomenal artist. Like, he can paint and draw like a master. So Wys Workshop. Tons of fun carving. Just a crazy Irishman over there on the other side of Ireland. Crazy man. Leprechaun. Mark the Maker. Another very knowledgeable wood carver that does mostly wood carving, I believe. I mean knife carving. But he has power carvers as well. Mark's very knowledgeable wood carver in all aspects of it, I guess you could say. This one's not a wood carver, but Frank the Jeweler. He's local. He's a friend of mine. I know him. He does makes jewelry. He hasn't been that active on his channel that much lately, but he has. If you want to learn how to make jewelry and stuff like that, he's very knowledgeable. Stinnett Sticks. I just say Stinnett Sticks is the master. He's a master carver, and his videos are very relaxing and relaxing to watch. Matt Carves. Matt is a power carver. Matt's videos, he'll show you what burr is good for what technique. So there's Matt Carves, good carver. Bronson Artworks, Rex. He is a totem. This guy is like a friggin' master out of all masters. Bronson Artworks, wood carver. He is basically gouges and knives. He does have power carvers. He did do chainsaw carving back in his day, he said. So Bronson Artworks, I suggest you go over to check that one. Wood Psych. Wood Psych hasn't been around too much. I guess he's been too busy doing real people things. But Wood Psych does some pretty cool little wood spirits. Lopos Carving and Crafts. Now there's a channel that you gotta check out. Lopos Carvings and Crafts. He just changed the name of his channel. He's been around for a long time. Been doing YouTube way before I've been doing it, but he's just been recently got back into wood carving. He's pretty comical. cracks me up. He's just made some videos on how to sell your carvings or art crafts at shows, at like art craft shows, and like basically how to be a used car salesman for, don't get mad when I said that, Lupo, but how to, Doc, his old, I call him Doc, how to sell used crafts at the craft shows, how to sell your crafts at craft shows, and he has some really good tips. And he's getting into chainsaw carving, and he's realizing that it's not that cheap. So Lupo's Carving and Crafts. Grumpy Old Cricket, Grumpy Old Concrete and Cricket. Now, he hasn't been making videos lately because, well, I'm going to say that he's been fighting cancer. So I haven't seen much of his videos lately, but I just want to give him a shout out. Shawn Brooks. Shawn hasn't been too active on his channel, but I want to give Shawn Brooks a shout out. For whittling, basically, you guys all know Doug Linkner. Doug, I've never spoke to Doug, but you got to respect the man. He's a fantastic whittler, and he has lots of knowledge on carving knives and gouges and stuff like that. Ryan Cook Carving, my good friend I met in real life. Ryan's a local carver to me. He has lots of knowledgeable videos. Ryan's basically, I think he might be like the world's most famous chainsaw carver out there. I've learned lots from him. And his best friend, Uncle Kev Carves, has a YouTube channel. Beth the Builder, she hasn't been active lately, but she did put a video up recently that they bought some property, like, and they're going to make it like a homestead farm. So Beth the Builder. Wood Carving Weekly, that's Cousin Jack Carves. Now, Cousin Jack Carves make a video every few weeks giving channels shout outs. So you might want to check out Wood Carving Weekly, Cousin Jack Carves. Kyle Hall, I haven't spoke to Kyle Hall in a long time, but he's a chainsaw carver, and he makes real nice tables and stuff like that, like wooden tables with like real wooden legs. Chris, the Viking Warrior, Therapy 49. He hasn't made videos recently, but he's a wood carver, and he's got a lathe. He makes pens and bowls and stuff. I Can Carve. That's Bap. Bap hasn't been active, but I'm giving him a shout out. Eddie Bigness. Eddie hasn't been active on his YouTube channel lately. He had a stroke, so Eddie's dealing with that. I believe he's recovering pretty good. So thanks, Eddie. Gene Messer. Now, Gene is the godfather of carving on YouTube. I don't care what you say. Gene is the godfather. I believe he's been doing it the longest. Now, Gene doesn't have ads on his YouTube. Gene doesn't do YouTube I don't do YouTube for the money either, but I have ads. You might see some ads on Gene's videos, but he doesn't put them on there. That's YouTube putting the ads on his videos, and he doesn't make any money from it. Gee, what's it called? A flat plane carver, like knives. He carves with knives, little caricatures in the basswood. So give a huge shout out to Gene Messer. I think if I missed anybody, I'm terribly sorry. This is just a quick list that I wrote up. Don't be offended if I missed you. Oh, Brian Moore has a YouTube channel. Hi, Brian. But he does drones, and he goes searching for gold and stuff with his gold detector. I don't know. Some of these videos might be older from last year. But hi, Brian Moore. Christmas challenge. Yeah, so there's just a Carving Fusion sign I had. So 2024 was pretty good for me. I did okay selling my carvings. Like I said, save those big projects for the winter time, which is maybe not the best idea, like the big tree house that I'm doing and the wizard that I'm working on. The wizard's almost finished. I gotta just sand it a bit more and do some little textures on it. But I thought, so now I got to leave them sit till springtime till I can put a finish on them. So, and my tent's not that dry. It's kind of damp in there because some water gets in there when it rains a lot. I got to carve this piece of beaver art right there. There's the tree house. So who knows what 2025 is going to bring. I'm going to say one thing right now to my regular subscribers, and I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I didn't work enough to be able to go over to Asia. I've been watching lots of YouTube videos at nighttime on Vietnam, and I think Vietnam is the place I want to go. You know, you can rent an apartment there for $300 to $500 a month. You can eat good like a king, nice Vietnamese food, eat out 3 times a day for less than $10 a month. You can live in Vietnam for easily, well, on a budget, right? Like you can't for $1,200. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of this video. I just want to. There you go, Rob. Everybody, that's just a joke. No, and shout out to James Rankin. Never the 51st state. That's just a joke. I really don't care if Canada becomes the 51st state. So it would give me a reason to be able to travel in America. Go visit Cve Rob and mess up his shop and put all his tools where he doesn't know where they are when he's looking for them. But that's okay. He always says that he can't find his tools anyways. I'll just make it worse for him if Canada ever becomes the 51st state. Here's the 2025, everybody. Happy New Year's.